So you are Mr. Tiruvirula Chiranjeevi.
Yes, sir.
Your medium of interview will be English.
English.
You are a native of Telangana or Andhra Pradesh?
Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh. Which district?
I belong to Bapatla district, sir.
Bapatla district, present district.
Yes, sir.
Previously it was Guntur district.
Prakasham district, sir. Inkollu Mandalam.
Bapatla was in Prakasham or Guntur previously?
No, sir. The Chirala Revenue Division have been, it has been
Acha,
integrated
acha.
with the
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You are from Chirala Revenue Division, now in Bapatla, right?
Yes, sir.
Bapatla as such it was part of Guntur.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
That's why I was thinking that is part of Guntur. Okay. You are from Chirala.
Yes, sir.
What exactly is the importance of Chirala in modern Indian history?
It is known for Chirala Perala movement, sir. And Dugirala Gopal Krishna has led that movement, sir. And also, it can be seen as an integration with the national movements, as Gandhiji has come to Chirala Perala and he supported the movement.
Mm-hmm. He advised it also.
Yes,
What was
sir.
the advice Gandhi was giving to the leadership?
He was telling that to the leadership, sir, to carry out the protest in a non-violent way, and also non-cooperation was also main objective of the movement, sir.
Finally called off with the advice of Gandhi only.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
So I didn't get your question, sir. But
Finally called off the agitation with that from the after getting the advice from Gandhi, or it was just withdrawn randomly.
so as far as I know, after Dugirala Gopal Krishna has been arrested, there has been lull in the movement. So with that, the movement got subsided, sir. In my to my limited knowledge, sir.
You are right.
Thank you, sir.
Just I was trying to
Sir.
get something into your brain,
Sir.
which is not correct.
Sir.
What is the name? What was the name of the organization, voluntary force of Dugirala Gopalakrishna?
Rama Dandu, sir.
Rama
Dandu, sir.
Dandu. Why Rama Dandu?
Because they used to dress up in a saffron clothes and the Rudraksha used to be there. So due to that, they were called as Rama Dandu, sir.
Don't you think some communal or some what you call symbols or attire which is related to a particular religion will definitely divide the national movement? It should have been different things. Is it not a religious or sectoral thing?
So religion is a part and parcel of India, sir. But what is important is it integrating with the movement, or is it for separation of the movement, sir? When compared to Jinnah, he was like playing separatist politics. But Dugirala Gopal Krishna, as far as I know, he was part and parcel of the national movement, sir.
No. That is one thing. Your answer is partially what you call supporting your view. But do you think any religious symbols, if you have religious symbols in your political movement, will it allow other religions to be part of it?
So it depends on the objectives of the organization, sir. If they are secular in nature, then I think all the religions will be coming onto one table, sir. What is mostly required is and important is the objective. So what objective we are having, sir.
There was another movement led by another peasant leader in Andhra only,
Sir.
during non-cooperation. This no rent campaign. It was abruptly stopped. Can you recollect or can you tell about the name of the leader of that movement? No rent campaign.
No rent?
Campaign. No rent.
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect at this moment, right?
Just think about it. No rent campaign was there in Guntur district in a big way, but it was abruptly stopped. As part of the non-cooperation movement, they were not sending the rent to British government. Okay, land rent. So it was abruptly stopped. That campaign was a very big campaign, especially in that region. No other area in the country was 100% successful, but this area was 100% successful. So, anyway, your hobbies are social media volunteering.
Yes.
What do you mean by this social media volunteering?
So what we have done is we have formed a group of 10 to 12 people on Twitter social media platforms. Sir. And during the second wave, we were providing real-time information about the COVID leads, such as the oxygen beds and also the tablets and also plasma to the required people, sir, as they were in dearth, sir.
So you were doing it from social media platform. Were you into some physical activity in volunteering during COVID times?
No, sir, I wasn't into physical volunteering, sir. I was mainly dedicating my time to this volunteering work, sir. And we have achieved desirable results also. Sir. The organization has grown to 60, around 60 members are there right now, sir. And at that time, we have successful stories also, sir. The first
Are you continuing this activity even now?
Yes, sir. As a part of awareness generation about COVID pandemic, and also connecting the if the followers are having any doubts, sir, we will be tagging them to the government handles, and also we will be retweeting and amplifying the pictorial representation of social behavioral social wealth campaign kind of photos will be there, right, sir? So we'll be retweeting and amplifying that.
So everything is related to COVID
Yes, sir. Most of them, sir.
till date.
Till date, sir.
Are you thinking of expanding the scope?
Yes, sir. I think that that option would be taken by democratic means, sir. Because no one is the leader of the group which we have formed, sir. As of now, we don't have any kind of expansions. As of now, we are dedicated to COVID, sir.
COVID. So what is the recently I heard some controversy or some issue is going on between Twitter and Elon Musk.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So first he said he would be purchasing Twitter, sir. He would be becoming the CEO. But what's happening is that right now he is saying there are rumors that he won't be buying Twitter. So that's the thing going on Twitter.
What is his version, Elon Musk's version? What are the conditions or conditionalities he is putting forth before the Twitter? And do you know what are the conditions he was talking about?
The first condition he was talking about is the absolute free speech, sir, where there won't be any restriction on the speech on Twitter platform. And the second one is Twitter would be based on subscription-based models, sir, which would be going against the principle of net neutrality.
Third one is fake accounts.
With regard to bots, he will be eliminating the fake accounts, bots. Yes, sir.
That is the major one now.
So
this is the hurdle now.
So
do you see some pattern? See, social media or virtual the platforms and all these things. See, we are moving gradually from manufacturing or something else to something which is virtual. What is the direction of this entire scientific researches or our world? Do you see a pattern in this?
the pattern in the sense from the last 4 to 5 years, if we go back to the last 4 to 5 years, the kind of society which we are seeing, the communication is slowly, gradually changing to social media, sir. And it's giving rise to e-commerce platforms, and also it's changing the business models with which the economy is performing, sir.
Do you think this e-commerce is going to be more and more it will occupy more space, or is it going to hamper the small businesses?
Yes, sir. I think with COVID pandemic, most of the society is much tilted towards the e-commerce platforms. Right now, Swiggy, Zomato, and also Amazon, for example. Yes, sir, there would be, the competitors would be very high, competition would be very high, and I think it would be eating up the small businesses, which would have a e-commerce as well.
Then what will happen to the society? What would be the result of this new contradiction? Can you imagine some contradiction?
there will be inequality in the growth of the businesses, sir, and also the competition would be increasing, sir. The main economic model of our post 1991 liberalization, it was more of competition based model, sir, but the small businesses are being hurt, sir. But what we need to provide is the government need to formulate some policies which would incentivize them and also which would compete with the big corporates.
So basically, you're a mechanical engineer, and presently having a having posting in, what is this? Hardicated,
Handicrafted, sir.
handicrafted,
Sir.
handicrafted rollover private limited.
Yes, sir.
What is this handicrafted rollover private limited?
So it's a ice cream store, sir. We make ice creams which resembles a kind of roti, sir. That's the.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, sir.
Rollover.
Yes, sir. That idea is based upon the Thailand street rolls, sir. There they used to make those kind of ice creams, sir. So it came, the mother company came to India and established its mother company in Bangalore, sir. And we purchased the franchise for the whole Telangana region, sir. And I was working as the operation manager, sir.
Does it have anything to do with mechanical engineering studies?
No, sir. It was a other kind of.
It's completely different.
Yes, sir.
From your academics.
Yes, sir.
So don't you see, your academics are completely, you are not using your academic skills or your education into your livelihood now.
No, sir. I wouldn't say so, sir. Because what's my meaning of life is, I'd like to achieve excellence in each and every kind of sphere, sir, so that it would be helpful for my ambition, civil services.
Have you appeared for civil services?
Yes, sir.
How many times?
So 4 times I have appeared, sir.
What was the result for all the 4 times?
I was getting stuck at mains examinations.
Mains.
The first time I did clear prelims, sir. The second, third, and fourth time I was getting stuck at mains, sir.
Mains. What is your options?
So my option is geography, sir.
Do you have more chances?
Yes, I have more chances, sir. And I'm thinking of changing the optional to, sir.
Optional to?
Optional to political science is the next relations.
From geography?
Yes, sir.
Why people see geography as one of the potential optional to get into civil services?
Yes, sir. But according to me, I have been trying to score high in geography options, sir, but it was not working for me.
Which portion of geography is a problematic thing for you? Is it physical or what?
No, sir. Physical, I was good, sir. When coming to population geography, that one. And this.
Geographically, Andhra Pradesh has some specificities. Can you tell me what are the specificities?
Yes. So when we go to the North Andhra Pradesh, we have Eastern Ghats, sir. And there the forested regions will also be there, sir. Mainly the tribal areas. And coming to the plains, we have rich alluvial soils that are agrarian baskets of our Andhra Pradesh. And going back to Rayalaseema, it is of a mainly plateau type, and also where it's mainly in the rain shadow region, sir. And with regard to, if we come to Nellore, sir, we will be receiving northeast monsoons mostly, sir, in Nellore, sir. And we have a good coastline, 874 kilometers of coastline, and we are also vulnerable to cyclones, sir.
Rain shadow region of Rayalaseema, does it have any other natural resources?
With regard to minerals, sir.
Any natural resource. If you consider mineral as a natural resource, you should.
Yes, sir. We have good amount of minerals in Rayalaseema, sir.
What are the minerals?
Mainly the limestone we can find in Rayalaseema, sir. The Kadapa kind of rock system is formed over there, and limestone kind of rocks are formed over there.
Any other nuclear grade things found in Rayalaseema? Minerals?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
In Tumalapalli, we have nuclear material, sir.
Hmm.
At this point of time, I'm not able to get the word, sir.
Uranium.
Uranium, sir. Thank you.
Of course, it has to be converted into nuclear grade material, thorium and everything, but uranium.
Yes, sir.
Apart from this uranium, if you go to north coastal areas, what are the other minerals you have in Andhra Pradesh?
North coastal area, we have bauxite, sir.
Hmm.
We have rich deposits of bauxite, sir, and also we'll be having manganese in Visakhapatnam region, sir.
There is a Kirandul Express. Have you heard about it? Kirandul Express.
Yes, sir. It's with regard to some Vistadome kind of train, sir.
From
It's I think it's in Vizag, sir, but I'm not so
Vizag
sure,
to Kirandul.
Kiran.
Why that route is there? Or Kirandul Express. What is the exact reason for the Kirandul route?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the.
I don't.
I don't know. So,
Actually, that route is made for the transportation of iron ore.
sir,
This Arak Valley and this this tourist train is a part of it,
sir,
and it is not the main thing. Actually, the train track was being laid to transport iron ore
sir,
to Vizag,
I don't know.
so that they can take it to other shores.
Yes. Thank you for enriching my knowledge, sir.
Yeah. So, your dad is presently working as
Additional Superintendent of Police in Crime Investigation Department, Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. So, he's in Telangana Police.
Yes, sir.
So, you're a native of you are competing for general post, or you're a native of Andhra Pradesh?
I'm native of Andhra Pradesh, sir.
Native of Andhra. Your graduation is in Hyderabad,
Yes, sir.
but basic schooling is in Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nativity is Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Tiruvidhula, what do you mean by this Tiruvidhula?
So, Tiruvidula is a word which has been derived from Annamacharya song will be there, sir. Tiruvidula, there is a Deva Devadu. Where Tiru is like addressed as Srivaru. It will be like when Brahmotsavams are happening, the god will be making the streets of all the. So, Tiruvidula is the meaning of.
Tiruvidhula.
Yes, sir.
So Tiruvidhula Chiranjeevi.
Yes, sir.
I was talking about the areas in north coastal Andhra Pradesh, minerals and all those things.
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, what are the tribes reside in Andhra Pradesh? Can you name some?
Types of
Andhra Pradesh. Tribes.
tribes, sir. Yes. In the north area, we find Kondus, Savaras, Kondadora, Kondakapu, Gadaba, Jatapu, sir.
Very good.
While coming to the Godavari region, where Polavaram is there, we can find Kondareddy and Koya, sir.
Kondareddy or Kondareddy?
Kondareddy, sir.
Do you pronounce the elongated Kondareddy or Kondareddy?
Kondareddy, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry.
Kondareddy.
Yes. And,
Especially this Papikondalu region,
sir.
bordering Andhra Pradesh and Telangana.
Yes, sir.
What is the language Kones speak? Kond. You talked about
Yes.
Kondo or Kond. In Odisha they call it Kondo,
Sir.
the Kond tribe. What is the language of Kond tribe?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to recollect.
That is Kubi
We-
or Kubi,
Thank you, sir.
both. What exactly are the problems faced by the tribals in Andhra Pradesh?
In the north portion of the Andhra Pradesh, tribals used to be having HPS cells, which is which it is the cause of sickle cell anemia. Sir.
Sickle cell anemia.
Yes, sir. That is the main problem issue faced over the northern tribes. Sir. When coming to the Chenchus, they are not connected to education and also health. Sir. Most of their life is spent in the forest. Sir. So we can see the Doli culture over there. And while coming to the East Godavari, West Godavari, mainly they are practicing shifting and podu cultivation. Sir. Yes, and that is not sustainable in nature, and also they are also not getting any marketable markets for their produce. And also when coming to the south, like the Lambadas, Erukalas, and uh, sorry sir, yes sir,
Yanadi.
Yanadis, they are also with regard to Yanadis, they are treated as laborers in the houses. Sir. So a bonded labor problem is existing in Yanadis. Sir.
When I asked about the problems faced by tribals, you're talking about a medical problem in north and social problem in the south. Don't you see that it's a discrepancy? You could have supplemented your answer with the sociological or some political or some other problems, not a medical problem in north coast.
So,
Sickle cell anemia and this cell that is one problem, no doubt about it. But actually, what we have to talk about is
red corridor.
economic or
Yes.
social problems. What do you mean by red corridor? You talked about red corridor.
Sir, they are the hotbeds of Naxalism. Sir. The Andhra Pradesh AOB region, Andhra Pradesh bordering region of Chhattisgarh and Telangana.
You said AOB region. What
Yes,
do you
sir.
mean by AOB?
Sorry, sir. I'm not.
Andhra Orissa border.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's just a simple explanation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Andhra Orissa border.
Mm.
Over there, that is the hotbed of Naxalism. Sir.
Mm.
So, due to Naxalism, there is lack of development over there, sir.
Mm.
Because the Naxals were kind of acting like hurdles with regard to development. Sir. And also the government with its Navaratnalu scheme, I think if it's implemented on in spirit and also on the ground, then I think we could see a kind of empowerment of the tribal districts.
If Naxalites are hurdle, they are creating or they are behaving like hurdle for the development of or impediment. Why they have the support in tribals?
So they have the support in tribals because there is lack of development over there, sir. So their ideology is radicalization, radical outturn of the state, sir. They need to outturn the state, sir, through weaponization. So they will be using this e-development as a base, so as to attract, so as to recruit the people, and so as to launch an attack against the state. Sir. So if we develop the region, then I think that kind of symbiosis might be cut. So symbolic relationship must be.
Do you have bauxite mining still happening in Andhra Pradesh, this forest area, north coast?
No, sir. It has been banned by the government. Sir.
Why?
Because they are the ecosystem. They are like the tribes live over there, sir. So they have protested against the bauxite mining, sir.
Who?
The tribals, sir. So that's the reason Andhra Pradesh, the new government.
Do you think tribals protested on their own, or it is the what you call whatever name you give, Naxalites?
Sir.
Bauxite was opposed by Naxalites. Tribals opposed Naxalites. Sorry, tribals opposed bauxite mining.
Sir.
Government banned it.
Sir.
Do you see anything to do with Maoists about this bauxite mining and the consciousness of tribals for the opposition of bauxite mining?
Sorry, sir. I have limited knowledge with regard to this.
Because they opposed, tribals opposed.
Yes, sir.
Government banned. There was a death also. One MLA was killed
Yes, sir.
by Maoists.
Yes.
Tribal area MLA was killed.
Yes, sir.
After that, this was banned.
Sir.
Before the tribals were opposing.
Sir.
So on one hand, tribals are opposing, Maoists are opposing, tribals are opposing. Government did not stop, they banned. Now, do you see any relation between the consciousness or the awareness of the tribals inculcated by Maoists regarding this bauxite? Did you get my point?
Yes, sir. I got your point, sir, but I'm not so sure about it, sir. I was not aware that the Naxalites were also supporting the ban against us, were also not supporting the bauxite mining, sir.
They were against
Sir.
bauxite mining. Long.
Sir.
What do you mean by this? Acha, you are performing flash mobs.
Yes, sir.
Flash mob means you perform on a song.
We perform on it, sir.
Song.
Yes, sir. In a public place, sir.
In a public place.
Yes, sir.
So you practice.
Yes, sir. We practice from 1 week or 10 days, sir. Then we go with an idea. It might be any message. And we perform at a place where it reaches the targeted message, targeted society, sir.
And disperse.
Yes, sir, and disperse.
Do you see a long-term impact on this type of performance, of this art?
Yes, sir. I see long-term effects, sir, because there are many examples where if we take the example of Goa, sir, the school children were protesting against the development happening near the wildlife sanctuary, sir. And if you see the example of Andhra University, sir, college students were performing against the global warming, sir. So those kind of things, they inculcate the main important component, environmental education in the society, sir. So I think it will carry a long-term impact, sir.
You will be performing on some film song or something which is popular.
Yes, sir.
But how can you give the message which is needed?
So if the film song is also related to environment, sir.
Like, can you give some example?
Like in Janata Garage, if we take the Pranamam song, sir. So we would be using some kind of thermocols where there would be environment degradation happening. And what will happen if the environment is degraded? We can use such kind of properties and
you call it as prop.
Yes, sir, props. Sir. Thank you, sir. So we'll be using props, sir.
So how many people perform at a time? You have a group?
Yes, sir. We have a group, sir. But due to coronavirus pandemic, we have dispersed, sir. We were not getting permissions.
All are your classmates in the university, in the college, or from different sections of society?
We have a WhatsApp group, sir. So we kind of...
Where do you practice?
So we practice at our home, or else if anyone has a good place for practicing, then we will be practicing.
Individuals practicing at home and doing in tune with others is a problem, no? You should have a common place where to practice.
Yes, a common place, sir. Or else right now, if we want to practice, we can utilize the Zoom app, sir, where we can communicate with one another.
In community, you have mentioned ST.
Yes, sir.
What is your community? ST means exactly what subsection?
Yanadi, sir.
Yanadi. Yanadi, anthropologically speaking, what exactly is Yanadi tribe?
With regard to the racial features.
With regard to the subsistence pattern.
Subsistence pattern. In the past, they used to be mainly they would be food gathering and hunters. They used to hunt rats and eat rats. But now what we are seeing is we are doing this transformation, sir, where they are situated in the canals, rivers, and they are doing fishing, sir.
Means basically hunting, food gathering.
Yes, sir.
Hunting and food gathering, this is a subsistence pattern.
Yes, sir.
And now coming to the interaction with the other society, hunting, food gathering and petty trade. Do you see a petty trade being happening with the Yanadis? Petty trade?
Petty
Trade, selling something?
Yes, sir. Barter.
A barter or anything, something you get and you sell it in the town or somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Petty trade.
Yes, sir.
So this is added.
So,
do you consider it as semi-nomadic or nomadic or settled today? Today, most of the people in the rural areas, are they semi-nomadic or nomadic or settled?
I think they are semi-nomadic, sir.
Still.
If we consider in generalized way, sir.
Semi-nomadic. They are semi-nomadic since long.
Sir.
not just nomadic.
Sir.
From Shatavana times, if you see, Yanadis are such tribes. They are not completely into forest, not completely into towns
Yes, sir.
or urban life. So all such tribes or such human communities were semi-nomadic.
Thank you, sir.
Boyas,
Yes, sir.
Yanadis. Okay. They are not completely into forest like any tribe. They are not at the same time. They are not completely into this one. What exactly hampers the tribal's growth in our country? I'm talking about country. In spite of lots of spending or awareness not in the tribals, I'm saying,
Sir.
in the administration and funding and everything. Why we are not able to achieve the desired goals?
So we are lacking the trust and dialogue component with the tribals and the government, sir.
Mm.
The tribals, they see any outsiders as outsiders or aliens, sir, if you want to speak. So that is the one of the main reasons, sir. And also the government.
Who is responsible for this?
So the government is responsible for this, sir.
Mm.
The tribals cannot be left on their own legs, sir, to grow up, because if you go back to tribal Panchil, our Honorable ex-Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru Garu has told that tribal Panchil must choose the middle way, where there shouldn't be any assimilation, or else we shouldn't leave tribals to their own fate. So that middle kind of line is missing, sir.
Yeah. So, can you name some of the great tribal inspiring leaders from Andhra Pradesh?
Yes, sir. We have Alluri Sitaramaraja, sir.
Mm.
Though he is not a tribe, but he had played a main role in Rampa rebellion, sir, for fighting tribal fights. And in the northern region, sir, we have a certain revolt, sir, Kondu revolt. I'm not sure, sir. It was led by. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to. get the
No
names.
issues. Mm. In India, can you name some of the tribal leaders?
Yes, sir. Birsa. Birsa has carried out Munda revolt, sir, against the British.
Mm.
And Tantia Top,
Mm.
Tantia Mama, he's called as that, sir. He has carried revolts of bills, sir.
Are you sure? Check your facts about Tantia Tope.
So recently there was a expression for a demand for Bill Pradesh, sir. So
Mm.
I was reading Tantia Mama was the leader for the Bills revolt, sir.
Mm. So I don't think you just other Tantia or some other name.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll check over it.
Yeah.
Sir.
So today is 9th June,
10th June, sir.
10th over. So today is 10th. So yesterday was Birsa Munda's death anniversary.
Sir.
Birsa Munda's agitation was known as, what is the name of that agitation?
Santa.
Santal revolt is Sidhu Kanu. Birsa Munda,
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
Ulgulan.
Kulgula.
Ulgulan. Ulgulan. Ulgulan.
Thank you, sir.
So these are the tribal revolts. Peasant revolt. Actually, we have discussed something related to tribes and anthropological aspects and geographical features also. Now, this present job is you are into 10 to 5 job.
At 2020, sir, in 2020 June, sir, we have sold that store to the third party, sir,
Mm.
as we were facing losses, sir, mainly in the supply chain, sir. So from that, I was not working, sir.
So you are not doing any job presently,
Right now, I'm not doing.
right now. So, last question, since you did mechanical engineering, there are lots of news about the blast in EV scooters.
Yes, sir.
Why it is happening?
Sir, it is mainly due to the lack of coordination between the battery manufacturers and also the EV vehicle manufacturers, sir. the battery with regard to it, the anode and cathode, they will be uh, separated by a thin layer of screen, sir. So that is very important, sir. And also, if that is not manufactured in a safety way, then the heat would increase in the battery, sir. If the heat increases, then the battery would, the electric vehicle would, it will eat to a hole in electric vehicle, sir. And if the atmosphere, if it gets in touch with the atmosphere, then the electrolyte will be acting as a fuel, sir. So this all chain reaction will be causing to the fires in electric vehicles, sir.
Just a BTech in mechanical engineering could speak out what is happening with the battery.
Sir.
And just
Yes, sir.
a simple BTech with mechanical engineering degree is talking about the problem with the batteries.
Sir.
And all these big companies who are manufacturing these electronic vehicles, why they are neglecting this aspect? Where lies the problem?
Sir, mainly the private players, their main motive is profit, sir. And the battery prices have been reduced to a very low extent, sir. So the government is also encouraging the private players to manufacture it, sir. Manufacture the EVs, sir. So they are going upfront and they are not giving ample amount of importance to design systems and also safety, sir. So that is missing, sir. And also coordination between the battery manufacturing unit and also the EV designing unit is also not there, sir. So that is missing, sir.
But still the problem is continuing.
Yes, sir.
After one or two mishaps, they should learn lesson. But it is continuing and we are losing lives.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
Is it not a grave thing?
Yes, sir.
That this is a big problem. Someone has to take care, someone has to go and say that till you don't see or till you don't plug this loophole, we shouldn't sell.
Yes, sir.
We are losing lives. Last and yesterday something has happened, day before yesterday, so everywhere, somewhere. Of course, if 1,000 vehicles are being purchased or 10,000 are purchased and one is dying, we shouldn't go by that statistics.
Yes, sir.
Not that percentage, 1 by 10,000, 1 by 1 lakh. That is a
Yes.
tragic thing we shouldn't understand. So this is a serious concern we have to address. If you are posted in Andhra Pradesh as a Group 1 officer, which is your priority sector? Which department you would like to be in for some time or for as in the beginning itself?
So I'd like to be in the allied sector, sir. Because Andhra Pradesh is a agrarian economy, sir. So to foster it in growth parameter, I can be of great help in allied sector growth, sir. With regard to food processing and also aqua hubs, sir, where most of the population is relied upon, sir.
So why it is not happening now? Do you think it is happening now?
So,
Or there are problems still?
so they are the projects are being grounded, sir. But in reality, if we see the policy implementation is not happening on ground, sir. Because it requires good amount of investment and also all the stakeholders must be coordinated with regard to any food processing industry, sir, and a lot must be done, sir. So it must happen, sir. But right now we have just attained a head start, so that's it.
What was the result of Davos meeting? Davos. Did we get anything from Davos?
Our Honorable Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu has signed agreements which are worth 1.2 lakh 2 lakh crores, sir. So those are mainly with regard to the green energy. The groups like Greenco, Adani, and Mittal also will be increasing. They will be investing, sir. And also there are some other kind of investments or agreements, we say so. With regard to the ports and logistics, Takeshi Hashimoto, sir, that is the company name, sir. And also Tech Mahindra is also coordinating with Andhra University, developing the curriculum, which would be where the industry component would be a main component, sir.